Hi everyone, it's Marcy Bessaker, and I wanted to show you something that I found. I do have a glimmer machine, but I don't use it that often. I'm still fairly new to it. I just played with it a little bit, but I wanted to share these foil mates with you. If you don't have a glimmer machine, this is really a great way to add some glimmer and sparkle to your cards. So the foil mates, these are the two different kinds that came in this particular package. This one's called Bountiful Flourish, and it's by Gina K, and they come in full-size sheets, 5.5 by 8.5. So basically, I cut these in half, so your sheet's going to be like this, like a half sheet cardstock. And what I like is that is no waste except when you're going to cut down. So I just cut them in half, and I can cut down from here. So what I want to do is show you how to create your backgrounds. And here's a few I've done. And I'll show you some different things that different ways I've done things. This is what I'm going to show you how to do right now, is this one with the pretty green. And this one I'm using is called, I pulled out a few, let me see. Emerald Watercolor is this one. Okay, and it looks like this. Okay, so it's got a little bit of blue in it, which I love leaves when they have some blue, and some greens and golds. So Gina K has a lot of different patterns. Not all of these are Gina K. I'll show you. And of course, I've just been kind of playing with these. I did this one, and I did that with a stencil and transfer gel. So you just take a spatula, put it on there. Here's what it looks like. And so when it's clear like that, because it comes out white, when it's clear, it's ready to put through the machine. But you can also just leave it dry until next time when you're ready to use it. So I've done a few, showing you some different things that Gina has. Okay, so for the silver, I've been playing with this all day. Okay, here's the red I did. So that's the red, Radiant Red. And I'm looking for the silver that I did. Here we go. So what I did with this was craft paper, and I took some candy apple oxidized, and I went over the background of this after I put the glaze on it, the transfer gel, and it dried. And then this is the sparkling silver, and it's just smooth. It looks so smooth, but it's got like the iridescent sparkles in there. It's really cool. So there's a lot of different ones I did. This is the negative to this one. So what I did with this is I sprayed some adhesive, and you've got to be careful. If you put too much or too little, you're going to rip your papers off. So you want to be careful how much you put on there and how long you wait before you do it. So that one came out okay, but I had some that did not. This is a different brand of foil paper. It's not Deco, and it's not Gina K, and I didn't like it quite as well. If you look close, you can kind of see that it wrinkles, and it just wasn't my favorite. This one is called Pewter, and I really like that. It's kind of a silver, but kind of a gray. This one was a different brand that I just didn't think turned out well at all. But it was the negative to this. So I think the adhesive also didn't work out so well with that. This is a different brand. So not only did it color the foil pieces, it also partially colored the background. And this is just the pewter again. Now this one I use an opal foil, but I used the oxides in the background first. So I used lemon squeeze, picked raspberry, and then of course together they made this really pretty orange sherbet kind of color. And then of course I made some leaves again. And this, I did the background with adhesive spray. Don't do it in your craft room. It smells and it does float around and land on stuff. So you got to be real careful about having, I would do it outside because you want to be careful about your ventilation and everything. So that was the negative. This was another brand and it's still kind of sticky, especially where there's not foil, but I think it was too sticky and then it picked up the foil. So you've got to kind of pick and choose, but you can still use this for sentiments or different things. So I'm going to show you how to do this one. And it's super simple. You need a laminating machine. So you need a laminator. You can get them. I got mine. It's a Scotch brand. I got it fairly cheap at Hobby Lobby. I want to say it was under $20. I want to say it was about, I don't remember if I used a coupon, I'm sure. So I probably paid under 20 with their 40% off coupon. So you can find them fairly cheap. So these papers are the toner papers by Gina K. And so what I'm going to do is find a piece here. We're going to go ahead and do the leaves in the green. You can pop up any flower on that. You don't want to cut it too close just in case. You want to make sure you have enough to cover your paper. But this is perfect for sentiments and different things that you're going to use it for. So when you buy the papers, the foil mates, you get this parchment paper in there. And I watched a couple of videos and they recommended putting a couple shims. So I just put 2 pieces of cardstock. And then you want to go with the grain. You don't have to, but it works better from what the videos. Gina K had said, if you go with the grain, it just comes out a little better, a little easier to do. Now, these are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So when I did another one on my cards, I kind of cut the, when you're doing it sideways, it just kind of cut a little crooked. And that's okay because I'm going to trim this down anyway. And so I recommend that you just heat emboss them like this, put them through the machine like this, because you're going to trim it off. So if the edges just don't pick up exactly or whatever, that's okay. Also, it was recommended that you run them through 2 times. So I'm going to run them through 2 times just to make sure everything's heated, set, everything. I'd rather run it through 2 times than to mess a piece of my foil mate or my foil. So here's a bunch of my negatives that I'm going to be using. So keep these because you can always use them for something. I mean, look how pretty that is. You could put that onto white. Now see, you can see I scratched it right here, but you still have this other. You could do a square and just pop a sentiment or whatever. There's all kinds of things that you can do. So don't throw these away. Keep the negatives so you can create other projects. All right, so that's 2 times. Open it up. And just peel that off. Look how beautiful that is. How pretty that is. You could just pop a flower or something. I don't have one handy right here, but well, let's see if I can find something real quick. Well, I have a sunflower just here, but just, if you're going to throw some cards on there, you could pop it up, throw some leaves, greenery behind it, throw a sentiment on. You could just use it like this This is some washi tape that has dies to it. It's got blues in it, so you could do something. This looks kind of busy to me. I would put a panel or something behind it, but there's all kinds of things you can do. So and it's just smooth and it's just really pretty. It's a nice cardstock. And again, keep this, use it on another card. Now when I used, I'll do this one real quick so I can show you. Or you know what, I'm going to show you this one. It's a Christmas one. It's got like a Christmas sweater print. It's a Tim Holtz stencil that I used. Let me pull out, what color do I want to use? Let's use, I'm going to use the green. I haven't used the green yet. So we'll use the green. This one's called Glittering Green. And these come 12 sheets, 6 by 8. That's a lot. So I always fold this backwards because you don't want that sticky stuff to get onto your foil. And they're very thin, so just be careful. You're only pulling out one. If I can get one. You can tell I was playing with ink earlier. My hands are all inky. All right. All right, that should be one. All right. And then I'm just going to put it over. Now the stencil, you can tell, is not quite as wide. So I don't need the whole sheet of paper covered. I'm not going to cover it all on one side, but I will on the other. And I just kind of hold it up in the air to cut, so you make sure it covers your project. All right. And then I just like to look at the grains. And it is going this way. If it goes the other way, all you have to do is when you fold this to put it through, just fold one of your ends up down here. Just fold, like slide your cardstock up and start it down here and fold it so it'll come through. And that's the only difference you want to do. It just comes out nicer according to them. I have always done it with the green way, so I've not had a problem. But just sitting down and doing like a bunch of backgrounds all at one time. That's what I'm doing. I'm just doing a bunch of backgrounds just to kind of see what. And then I've forgotten also before, oh, that went in kind of crooked, but I have forgotten if I put it through twice or once, so that's okay. You can always add it again. And I think I'll use this. I'm going to cut this down anyway. The other piece of green. It's really pretty. It's got little sparkles and stars on it. So let's see what it looks like. And of course this is hot when you pull it out. Not a big deal. Look. Look how pretty that is. That is really pretty. So this will be cut down. It'll make a perfect background. Again, save this. And we'll do one more. Let's do this one. So we'll put this on here. Now the one I just showed you with the sweater, I just used the transfer gel and a spatula and put it on through the stencil. That's all I did. So you can use stencils. I have seen people use a brush and dab it, or a dauber and dab it onto a stamp. I've tried that once and it was kind of messy. So I don't like to do that, but you could sure give it a try. I guess it depends on the image. If it's just a fancy background or something that doesn't have words in it, or an image that you really need to see, then it would probably be fine. All right, that was through once. One more. But I started doing this today, and I thought, oh, you know, I'll do a quick little video because there's so much out there about the Glimmer machine, but not everybody can afford the Glimmer machine. But if you want some shine and fun to your cards, this is a great way. Now, the Deco foil I really do like, and I really, really like the Gina K foils. And she does have other images besides this one right here. And I ordered some more, and so I'll be doing some other videos, but there are other things, even sentiments and different things. And so I will be linking to some of those items that I've used here and other items I recommend. So even though I didn't use them on here, you'll see I will post them because I will be doing videos with those soon. And as soon as my product gets here, and I wanted to just kind of give you an idea of the different things that she has that is just super fun and easy. It's really fun and easy to use. So let's see. Now look at that with the sparkle. Look how pretty that is. And now if you pop up a flower on there, on this one, look. Make a cluster, put a little sentiment. You'll be seeing some posts of mine from these cards. I'm just absolutely loving them. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. I just wanted to show you a quick alternative for your glimmer cards and some backgrounds and different things and images, and you'll be seeing some posts from me on my blog. Please go to my blog at marcybessaker.com, subscribe, and you'll be notified when I post, and you will see these turned into cards. Have a great day.